Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? Welcome to Big Screen Energy. I'm your host H, and with me is that you
Big Mike for Big Mike's Reviews. What's up?
and it's been a minute, but we got something. We got a goodie. We're gonna kick off summertime movies. You know what? Before we get started, I'm a little bit sad that pre comic book day went by this past Saturday and no Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's weird because normally, that always coincides with Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, and I mean it's been a couple of years, but I think I really noticed it this year. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And but we got a whole bunch of movies that are coming up this summer. I mean, honestly, I'm really excited for Spider-Man. Um, Definitely excited for Mando and Grogu, and there's like a couple other things that are really about to pop off. But you got a chance to go see Mortal Kombat 2.
I did.
And I think the question I have to start with is for people like me that forgot about the first one, or other people out there that have not seen the first one, do they need to see the one before this one? And if so, where can they find it?
Yes, I highly recommend you see Mortal Kombat before you see Mortal Kombat 2, the Mortal Kombat 2021 version, and it is on HBO Max.
Got it.
I watched it again on Sunday to kind of refresh my memory, and I'm glad I did. Going into this one, and I was not disappointed because it was pretty much picked up right where the last one left off.
Got you. So yeah, I mean, because you and I both came up with the older ones, Mortal Kombat, the original was 93.
Yep, 93, the first game came out. Man, I was in middle school. I was playing that joint, man. Looking up all the finishing moves and everything. Like I was, wrecking shop.
Yeah, then that second one, I was like, what is this? What is this?
Yes. So the first Mortal Kombat movie, yes. I mean, it was really good. Everyone loved the first Mortal Kombat movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, man, I even think that won a Razzie for how bad it was.
Yeah.
It was like one. So when anyone talks about like one of the worst movies ever made, Mortal Kombat Annihilation is always in that conversation.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that these two have made up for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you said it picks up from the first one, so that's why a lot of people would want to see this one.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one, one of the biggest complaints about the first movie was they didn't even touch on the tournament, right? It was building like the team of Earthrealm and everything like that, and also of Outworld, but they didn't even like have any tournament fights or anything like that. This one is like you're diving right into the tournament and shit gets real right away. Oh yeah.
So then that brings me to my next question, because I mean, lately we've been seeing a lot of movies coming out based on video game properties, and video game properties and movies have like a track record of not always doing well. What sets this one apart from the first one that makes it stand out a lot more, besides it just getting into the tournament? Like do you start getting a lot more of the arcade elements?
So I will say this one has a lot of fan service, but it's not in a bad way. So basically there's a lot of set pieces that are the actual like stages of the games. Okay. Like whenever a player like goes into a fight, they're always in a stage from in the game. And also like the stakes are super high.
Okay.
I'm not trying to give spoilers, but there are real stakes, and I was blown away by the stakes in this movie.
Got you. Standout actors, standout characters, in your opinion?
I wouldn't say necessarily like standouts. If you saw the first one, I mean, it was pretty much the same feel with all the characters from the original. Now, yes, okay, I'm going to go back on that. I'm going to rescind my statement. Because remember, Carl Urban now is cast as Johnny Cage.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask about.
Yeah, so Johnny Cage is the audience's perspective, right? You know how you have to have the movie where it's like, he's the person that you follow. He's the audience member, right? So Johnny Cage is us. And so Carl Urban, even when they cast him, I was like, I love Carl Urban, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, for Johnny Cage, really? But
Yeah,
man,
because I'm looking for somebody a little bit younger, closer to like that whole Van
that's
Damme kind of a
but
feel.
that's what they did in the movie. So basically, Johnny Cage in this movie
Uh-huh.
was a washed up actor from the 90s who did who did like 90s action films, and he was washed up. But then like Raiden and Sonya show up and like, you're chosen for Mortal Kombat. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, I haven't done any of this stuff for like 30 years. So he's like the person we follow because he's like this washed up, fighter. And he's like, I don't do this anymore. I'm just an actor. So it's kind of like, you're following him, and he's like thrust into this world of, mystique and intrigue and death and violence. And he's like, yo, get me out of here. But he also understands the stakes that this is either you fight in this tournament or Earth realm is done.
Yeah. What about Mehcad Brooks as Jax? How did he do? Oh,
No, not a bad thing. I'm sorry. I don't want to do spoilers, but not a bad thing. Even in the first one, I really loved him as Jax. Even in this one, I loved him as Jax. But like I said, in this movie, the stakes are super high.
Got you.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I got to say about that.
And I'm talking about for any and everybody. There's like no cards pulled. Everything is on it. Any and everybody is on the table.
Right. So people you don't expect to die may die, or that kind of okay. Okay.
I'm going to put it to you like this. I was like, they went that
fatalities.
Okay.
Fatalities, friendship.
There were so many fatalities. So many. And I'm like, okay, so how are we even going to do a third movie?
That was going to be the next question. I'm assuming there's room left to be.
They do explain. So there's no post-credit scene.
Okay.
But the ending scene tells you what their plan is. Because I'm like, how you going to do this?
Well, that's the thing. Mortal Kombat has grown so much over the years, and they got so many characters. I would almost assume you could lose a few characters here and still have a left over.
Yes, but also if you are a fan of the lore and if you've played most of the games, you do realize like most of the main characters have died, become revenants, and also came back.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like I will kind of say like, but that's with the games, right? In the games, most of your favorite characters have died, become revenants, and come back. So I will say that because that's a game reference. That's not a movie reference, right?
Okay, I'll leave it at that then. Question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 of course being the highest score, what you give it?
7.5.
Okay, that's about fair.
Because the first movie I would probably give like a 6.5 or 7. Like I liked it. I thought it was a good movie, but this one really stepped up the stakes, and I also really love what they did with the set pieces. How they did a lot of Easter eggs in this one. Like every time a fighter went to fight, like in the tournament, they actually used a lot of the sets from the games, like the stages.
Right.
They did a lot of the moves from the games. It was very much fan service, but in a good way.
But what made it a 7? So because I mean, it sounds like a 8 pushing 9, but what makes it a 7? The pacing.
So okay, let me put it to you like this. This is not any kind of movie that's going to like have it doesn't have a great plot, of course. Right? It's a Mortal Kombat movie, right? So you can't really expect much. It's a Mortal Kombat movie. So the reason I would give it a 7.5 is because like it exceeded my expectations in a point that like, yes, this isn't groundbreaking at all, right? This isn't like a great script. It isn't like super well acted, any of that, but it's very fun and it is very accurate,
popcorn movie
to the lore, right? If you like Mortal Kombat, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you're going to like this movie because it is it's very faithful, right, to the games, even though it's not a great movie, of course. But if you love Mortal Kombat and you love like they even from the first one, they really stepped up the action. There was way more fights. There's an actual tournament, right? The violence, the fatalities, it's all up to 11. Like they ramped it up to 11 in this one, as opposed to the first one.
Got it. So it's a serviceable video game movie,
right? Like again, like I said, if you're a fan of the game, this is very much a faithful Mortal Kombat game adaptation.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, and when does it release? It releases this Friday?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, it releases Friday. And, when you guys went to go see it, was it a regular showing or was it an IMAX showing, anything like that?
No, it was regular. And that was the main complaint with everyone who went to that screening, is that it was not in IMAX.
It needed to be.
And I really think I probably would have, I might have even given it an 8 if it was in IMAX, to be honest with you. Because like I said, everything was like, it was stepped up a notch from the first one, but with it not being in IMAX, it wasn't in the the greatest resolution. Also, the sound and everything, it was still kind of muddled. I guess because it was in a regular theater,
right?
So I do believe I probably would have liked it more if it was in IMAX. Yeah,
okay. Gotcha. All right, folks. So that's going to wrap it up from here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We got a couple other little things coming up, and hopefully this summer we'll be back on track.
Fingers
crossed. All right, everybody. We're out.